Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Retro Farmhouse. If you're new here, I'm Jessica. I'd like to say a shout out to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate your all's support. Today we're going to be doing a project from two items I got from Target. One I got from their Target dollar spot for $3, and then the other one was an inspiration for a Magnolia Hearth and Hand vase that I saw that really just inspired me, and I knew that I could probably recreate it. So I did find a vase picture from Target on the clearance section. So let's get into seeing how I reinvented these projects. I'm going to start out by showing you both of these items I got from Target. The picture I got for $5.60 on clearance. And then the other piece that I'm using, I just happened to see this watermelon slice at their dollar spot, and I thought this would make a great piece to redo for the one I saw. Here's what the original one looked like that I saw in Tractor Supply. Now I'm going to start out with this Americana green paint that I just happened to have on hand. And I want it to be a little bit darker green, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a drop of the jet black paint from Apple Barrel brand and mix it together till I get that vintage dark looking green. Next, I'm going to take this makeup sponge and just outline the bottom layer and on the side to give it the first coat. I think I ended up putting 2 coats on this in total just because this piece of wood soaked up a lot of paint. Now, I was originally going to just get a wood craft circle and cut it in half. That's another option that you can do to kind of keep the budget down on this project. Next, I'm going to take my white paint and I'm just going to create a line with my paintbrush right above the green line. Then I'm going to take my Americana brand paint that I had on hand. I'm just going to paint all of the inside of this circle using my makeup applicator. To create the words, I created a Word document with the font that I liked for this project. I flipped it over on the back, and now I'm just taking my number 2 pencil and basically creating kind of a carbon copy to then trace the letters on so that I can paint them onto the piece. So now I flipped it over to the front, and I'm going to take my pencil and pressing firmly, I'm going to trace out around each of the letters. When tracing the word cold, I'm going to make sure that I curve it along with the piece so that it gives it a little bit more dimension. Now I'm going to take the same paint that I used earlier in white and use my flat paintbrush to start filling in the insides of the letters. One tip that I like to suggest is occasionally you'll see me using my pinky finger to anchor down my hand. This helps to keep your hand more steady so that you can create more clean lines when you're filling in your words. Next, I'm going to use the jet black paint to do my 3D effect for my words. I basically just looked at my original picture and then drew in pencil the shadow effect of where I needed to fill in the black paint. Another tip I'll suggest is to use a more fine tip brush to apply the black paint more precisely. And most of my brushes I just purchased in a variety pack, either from Walmart or a craft store like Joann Fabrics. Next, I'm going to fill in each one of my watermelon seeds with the black paint as well. And here's how the final product turned out. I used this sign to dress my entryway, and I think it really has a great summer vibe to it. Our second project for today was inspired by this piece I saw on the Hearth and Hand website. I'm using this spray paint and primer from Rust-Oleum in French Cream, and I'm just applying a couple of light coats, letting it dry in between. I originally chose this piece instead of one from the Dollar Tree because I couldn't find one that didn't have any designs already embedded in it. I suggest finding one that has more of a flat surface to create the look that you're going for. Next, I'm going to take my painter's tape and go out about an inch from the bottom and circle it all the way around till it meets. I'm using my Apple Barrel brand in the color khaki to create the stripe on the bottom. I ended up applying 2 coats and letting it dry in between each coat before I removed my painter's tape. Then I'm going to use the same jet black paint to create our next pattern. I've applied some painter's tape about 1/3 of the way down, and now basically what I'm using is one piece of a clothespin and dipping it in my black paint. I'm applying just the edge of it around underneath the painter's tape. You can really use any object here that has kind of a rectangle on the end of it, just something that creates a little bit of that tribal pattern. Now I've placed another strip of painter's tape just a couple inches lower, and I'm applying the same pattern above that. To create my second smaller pattern below these, I'm just using a really thin flat paintbrush and dipping very lightly and going underneath the bottom and the top of the bigger patterns. And here's how this piece turned out. I've styled this with some eucalyptus that I got from Walmart for about $3 and a few other floral pieces that were 99 cents. I really hope you all enjoyed today's tutorials. If you liked this video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification button so that you know when I upload a new video. Thanks again to all my new subscribers, and we'll see you again next time.